how actually net assets of some of the banks were reduced by more than 3.8 billion, and that too because of IFRS 9. So I'm sure all of you would be quite confused, and all of you might be thinking that how is IFRS reporting resulting into a reduction in the ECL model or reduction in net assets, etc., right? So there's a logic, because all of us might think that IFRS is only a compliance standard and it is a way of financial reporting, but IFRS actually drives the way in which you do your business. Can you believe this? Which means that in 2009, because of the financial meltdown and because of the reason why basically IFRS 9 came into existence, right? There was a reason because of this financial meltdown and Peter to Paul, everyone was lending, everyone was borrowing in US, and that led to a subprime crisis. And because of that, there was a literature which came in the form of IFRS 9. Now, here is an interesting question for you. How did some of the largest banks in the world reduce their net assets by more than $4 billion US? Yeah, you heard it right. It's $4 billion US. For example, Barclays, they reduced their shareholders' equity by 2.2 billion pound, and HSBC has reduced its net value by more than 1.6 billion USD. Right? Now, why has the BFSI industry wiped out a ton of wealth from the books in the past few years? Let's understand this better. Now, the answer is the shiny new IFRS standard. Yes, the introduction of IFRS 9, because IFRS 9 talks about ECL. Initially, we used to do a lot of incurred loss model, and now we have transitioned to an expected credit loss model, which means I'm going to take the future cash shortfall and I'm going to make a provision based on that. Is it magic? No, it's logic. But some of you find this to be weird, but this is the reality of life, and IFRS and Ind AS is a new way of living your life, and sooner we accept, better will be for all of us. Yes, the introduction of IFRS 9 and Ind AS 109, that is financial instruments, has resulted in a far-fetched consequences on the banking industry. The new standard has changed the accounting treatment significantly, and the major change is basically classification and measurement. What was historically always considered equity is now either a liability or a hybrid instrument. And the biggest impact, as I've already been telling you, is expected credit loss model. Right? Don't worry, this is not some rocket science. Okay? Don't let these jargons impact your daily life. But once you understand the context better, the ECL model is extremely easy to understand and implement on the ground level. Now, ECL is very different, right? That means basically you take a loan portfolio, which is the most complicated area as far as banks and NBFCs are concerned, and you do all the weightages. There are three concepts: PD, LGD, right? And EAD means exposure at default. You take loss given at default, you take probability of default, and build your ECL model completely. Now, to find out how we can accurately categorize between debt, equity, and hybrid instruments and discuss the impact of IFRS 9 in detail, I'm coming up with a 2-hour breakthrough workshop where I'm going to practically decode financial instruments using an ECL template. I'll be demonstrating how you can make a bottom line impact in your organization and follow a 7-step model framework to achieve your dream of becoming an industry leader. It is going to be a structured and systematic approach. You will also be networking with a lot of industry leaders, finance controllers, and CFOs with a savvy group of finance professionals. Let's simplify the seemingly difficult concepts of IFRS 9 together. Thank you.